So now in this video, we are going to be talking about how do we make a digital marketing project planning sheet. Now, if you're thinking about starting your career in digital marketing domain, then the first and foremost, you have to understand the project planning. If you don't know how to plan the project, how will you be able to think about delivering result on this project? So it's really important that you learn the project planning sheet to start your digital marketing journey. So this sheet starts with understanding the website, then understanding what all project requirements you would need, understanding the project deliverables, and we'll be also talking about marketing funnel and the 4 P's of marketing. Now to start with, you have to understand the product as the main thing in the 4 P's of marketing. Then you have to understand the product price, the product place, and finally, how do you start doing the promotion of this product? If you have done any sort of marketing course, then you would have already gone through product, price, place, and promotion as the 4 P's of marketing. So let's start with the product first. Now this product is always available in a website, which is our project. So we simply have to get into this website. Now we have to check what kind of website it is. Now this one, it says welcome to our artificial jewelry store, which means it looks like an artificial jewelry store. And now it's having a woman on the top, followed to which we have some jewelry products. So now as we have seen the products, let's see the pricing. So we have a pricing of around 299 rupees for product number 1, followed to which we have pricing around 750 to 499 rupees, which means we can easily sell this pricing of product in the market of Delhi. Now the place is Delhi in our case. And then finally, we have to decide what all promotional activities we do. So I think now we have understood that it's an artificial jewelry store, which is having products ranges in between 300 to 700 rupees, and seems like females are the buyers for this particular store. We can also go within the products just to check if the website is totally fine or not, and then we can simply check how to purchase this website. So we have to make sure everything is working perfectly fine so that the project or the website is able to generate sales for the customers. Now, once we are good with our project, we have to decide the project category. If it's a service-based project or if it's a product-based project. Now, the reason why it's important to define if it's a service or a product is because the campaigns are going to be different for service and product-based businesses. If it's a product-based business, then we can have shopping, performance max, or a dynamic remarketing campaign as the part of media planning. In Meta, we can have campaigns like conversion, product catalog, or dynamic remarketing campaigns again. However, if it's a service, then we cannot have these 3 kind of campaigns. We can only have campaigns like search, video, or display. So that's why it's really important to understand if it's a service or a product. This is the first thing that we write in our project planning sheet after the project link. Then we have to decide the project type. Now this product type is an artificial jewelry store. So we can simply write it down as a artificial jewelry online store. Then we have to write down the marketing objectives. Now these objectives is something which either you define for the project or your client tells you. If he's looking for branding or sales in this project, because you have to add the branding and sales services. So let's say if the client is only looking for an instant sale, then we can go with marketing services like Google ads and Facebook ads only. We really don't have to go with social media marketing and SEO because client is looking for instant sales. If it's all about branding and sales, which means if it's about both, then we have to decide different marketing service requirements, which means now we are going with social media marketing and SEO as the branding services along with sales, which is starting with Google ads and social media ads. Now, SEO is something which is used for branding and sales both, but SEO takes a lot of time to generate sales within the project. And that's why we have to understand the marketing funnel. Marketing funnel means when you start with awareness part, when you start with branding part, then you have to define the branding campaigns in the project. So for here, we have to start with branding campaigns as display and video for Google. And then we will be doing search, shopping, performance max, and dynamic remarketing for the sales campaigns for completing the sales objective. In Meta also we have branding campaign and we have all of these 5 sales campaigns. So you always have to understand the marketing funnel and accordingly you decide what kind of campaigns or services you will be using for that project. Then we have to decide the content type, what all content types will be needed. So you'll be requiring text, which means text to create text ads. We'll be requiring banners or creatives to run Facebook or Instagram ads. We'll also be requiring carousels and videos for social media ads, for Facebook and Insta ads. Then we have to decide the target location. Now this location is something which either clients tells you or you decide what is going to be the best location for this project. In our case, we are keeping it Delhi NCR. Then we have to decide the target gender, which is female in our case. Of course, there's no point in taking males. We have to decide the target age range. Now, according to the product, I think 18 to 34 is the best suitable age range for these projects. We have to decide the marketing duration. So this project planning is happening only for 1 month. If you want, you can make the project plans for 3 or 6 months as per your understanding or as per your deal with the client. And the most important part is deciding the paid monthly budget. Now, this is the amount that you'll be spending for the advertising platforms. So your client tells you this amount, or you have to decide this amount by yourself. Then what all advertisement platforms you are deciding? We have already mentioned it in the service requirement, but now we are breaking it over here in advertisement platform and organic platform cells. Then we need to decide how many keywords we'll be using for SEO activities. Also, we have to find out the rankings, search volumes, competitors, and timeline for these keywords. Timeline means in how much time we are expecting these keywords to rank in Google. This is something which will be doing in the keyword planning sheet for SEO keywords. We'll also be talking about the ranking targets. And then we have something like monthly projected sales, that how many sales we are gonna generate after spending this amount in the advertisement platforms. Then what is going to be the average cost per sale? This is something which clients are always looking for. What all campaigns type will be running, and then what are our competitors. Now, all of these 3 things is something which we have to generate from our media planning sheet. Now, media planning is something where we decide what all campaigns we will be running for platform number 1, which is Google, what all campaigns will be running for platform number 2, which is Meta, then what is going to be the expected impressions, the expected clicks, and the how much is the amount that we are bifurcating in each and every campaign, and finally what is going to be the expected sales. So we decide everything in the media planning sheet. And then finally we have to write down the project requirements, something like we would need pages and account access. We would need the website link, of course. We would need the creatives from the client or maybe the design team. We would need the landing pages. This is not requirement in this case, but had it been a service-based business, we would need the landing pages for those businesses. And the paid marketing budget is something which always has to come from the client. So client has to add these amounts in the Facebook and Google Ad accounts. Then finally, we have to decide or deliver the project in terms of different key performance indicators. Starting with, we have to set up the campaign and do its optimization. We have to drive traffic on the website. We have to generate sales. We have to give project execution, what all activities we are needed. We have to write down all of these things and finally provide a monthly report to the client. Completing all of these things will make a project planning sheet for you. And finally, if you have any questions, you can simply complete a project planning questionnaire sheet. Through this sheet, you decide what all questions you're going to complete. I mean, this is all about if you're able to understand this topic or not. So you start with answering all of these questions one by one, and you finally submit this project planning questionnaire sheet. Now, this topic is already added into the Google Ads training sheet, module 1, which is for project planning sheet. But then most importantly, I want you to learn this project planning sheet creation. I want you to do this yourself. Now, how do you do that? So you start doing this by creating a project planning sheet for branding activities in Delhi for springtails.shop. Now, you must have already seen this sheet. What I want from you is to create a sheet for yourself by doing exercise number 1. Now, these project exercises are needed for people who are looking forward to make a career in digital marketing. So guys, digital marketing is all about learning and doing the things by yourself. You have to practically launch campaigns, add copies, and create different sheets for understanding of all of the projects. Now I'm giving you these three activities through three different projects. So you have to start with project planning for this particular website. Then you have to start creating a project planning sheet for the sales of SAP courses in India. Again, now it's a different course, so you have to make a project planning sheet in different ways. You have to go through this website first, which is an education portal, and then you have to create a project planning sheet for the sales of these websites. So you have to start adding the sales campaign in that sheet. And then you have to do the project planning sheet for SEO of 4 BHK flats in Mumbai. Now this time this sheet has to be for SEO only. So now you are creating three different project planning sheets, one for branding, second for sales, and the third one for SEO activities. And then we again have this job interview questionnaire over here. So people who will be applying for a job, they have to complete this job interview question as well. Now in the next videos, we'll be getting into knowing how do we plan keyword through a keyword planning sheet and media planning. After completing these digital marketing topics of plannings, we can get into the further topics of this project-based Google Ads training course. I'll see you in the next one.